What's up, everybody? This is Mike here at Rogue Comics, and I'm late. Surprise, surprise. I mean, par for the course. Hold on, let me get rid of this monitoring here. Just output only. So I'm going to do this then. Now you should be able to hear me. Okay, those of you on there we go. Okay, so I can hear. My mic wasn't on. Nice. I didn't say much that was of any importance. I did say that this week, if you are into Absolute Batman, then this is the week you want to be here because they have. Well, you know what? You saw the images. I'm not gonna show you anymore. But what you did see was the second printing of Absolute Batman issue number 13, and there is a new issue number 14 dropping tomorrow also. This here is the Derek Chew variant. I'm gonna go back just one. This is Dave Johnson, and this is the B cover, I guess, and there's the A cover. Blah blah blah. You know the rest. Okay. I was actually talking, but see, I have OBS streamed through Prism, and yeah, just a lot of technical stuff I'm not going to bore you with. So we're just going to keep moving on. We're going to progress. We're going to, if you're listening to me on TikTok, I apologize for having to do all of that. But now, everybody's connected. The rest of the group is, this is Guillaume March's cover for 14. And then we have this one. This is, geez, I don't know. I think they're on like the 8th or 9th printing of number 4. Let's see. 5th printing right there of number 4. Then we have this one here. I'm going to say this is the 4th printing. Yes. All right. 4th printing of issue. Oh, why did you do this? And see, now it's not recording, so I'm going to have to do this. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Lord have mercy. All right. Moving on. This is the 4th printing of issue number 5. And then we have what I'm going to assume is the 3rd printing of issue. No, this is also the 4th printing. 4th printing of issue number 5. Or sorry, number 6. And then we have this 4th printing of issue number 7. So they're all 4th printings. This one, and this one. Now wait a minute. No, I can't. Oh, that's why. I know why. I don't know if I'll be able to change it, but let's see. Output. Recording. No. I would have to stop this. Oh well, whatever. Crap. Okay. Moving on. Number 6, number 7, and then we'll get up to Absolute Wonder Woman, issue number 14. This, unfortunately, is not Hayden Sherman. I guess he took this issue off. This, and it's not even Bergara. It's D. Giancomo something or other. Trust me, it's not him, though. It's not Bergara. And it's not Sherman. But the art is good. Don't get me wrong. At all. The art is good. But it's not. It's Carmine something. Here we have... This is Batman, Green Arrow, and The Question. Arcadia. Gabriel Hardman. And Romulo Farjajo Jr. I guess Gabriel did both the writing and the art. Okay. It works for me. This is... What is it? DC. KO. Number 2. I can't find... I lost the other window. Damn it. I have 2 monitors here. You would think that between the 2 of them, I would be able... Here we go. Covers. Yes, this is the... well, there is... You can't see the acetate. So it does say DC KO over it. And there is an acetate cover. And underneath it, if you open it, you will see this. That's why it's there. Then I also have this one, which is what they're calling a bracket variant. And it is by Dan Mora. And then I have this one here. This is the AEW variant. This is also by Dan Mora. And that is Power Girl versus Tony Storm. Who would win it? Actually, who would win in that fight? I mean, it's close. For reasons. Moving along. Daniel Warren Johnson. Which, I might want to actually see this fight. This is Wonder Woman versus Joker. I don't know if you could call it versus, because, I mean, you know, Joker's getting his ass handed to him. But I did get another cover, but I didn't put it in the OBS folder, so you can't see it. I'm sorry. But this is DC's I Saw Ma Uncle Kissing Santa Claus. This is one of their anthologies. And the art in here for all of the stories, I think there's like 5 or 6, maybe 7 maybe even 8 stories in here. But the art for the majority of them was really good. I don't know who the writers are. I'm sorry, there's a bunch. Actually, you know what? I could go. No, I can't go get it. I didn't put them all out yet. But trust me, the art in here is good. Hopefully the stories are as good. But, and there's this B cover here. Up next, Detective Comics, number 1103. And this is Tom Taylor and Michael Janin. And Janin's art in here is really good. Like, really good. And I believe he does the inking too. Like, he does both of them. Because I don't see anybody else credited here. So it's just Taylor and Janin. And, yeah. The Flash. This is issue number... Whoops. Oh, you know what they do? This is what DC does, and I don't know why they do it. But they consider... Why am I not seeing... Why are not these... Why are these not loading? This is really weird. Today is one of those what can go wrong will go wrong days. Like, I can't see any images here. I don't know why it's doing that, but let's see. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. Nope, not that. This. Okay, move this there. Nope, 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 nope. No. Okay. There it is. Flash number 27. Mark Waid, Chris Cantwell, and Georgiev. Georgiev does the art, and the art is good in this book. As you can see, I haven't read any of these books, although KO2 I did thumb through, but I just look at the art to see how it is and pass it along to you guys. So, yes, the art in here is really good. This is issue number 27. And of course, it is a DCKO crossover. Up next is Green Arrow, issue number 30. This one is by Chris Condon with art by Montos, and Lucas, I guess, does the inking. And, oh yeah, I didn't get that variant cover, but Montos' art in here is excellent, as always. Except for last issue. Last issue was a little lacking for me. Green Lantern. Well, actually, Green Arrow is in this issue of Green Lantern. So this is issue number 29. This one was by... Oh, no, here we go. Wait, so then who did... Why is this not going in order? Okay. Whatever. This is Green Lantern, issue number 29. Jeremy Adams, and I don't know who did the cover. Oh, wait, there it is. It's on the bottom there. If only I could embiggen it. There it is. I could. Eddie Barrows and Iber Ferreira. Now, wait a minute. It says here that this was Carmine Di Giandomenico, but Eddie Barrows... Okay, I'm completely confused because I swear to God, Carmine did... Hold on. Now I'm getting completely... You know what? I'm just going to keep moving the Flash. No, that was Georgiev. Okay. And then Detective. No, it was Absolute Wonder Woman. Okay, whatever, whatever. I promise I do not take any sort of recreational drugs. Straight edge. It's just there have been things going on with as far as distributors and comic books and companies, and I spoke to a customer yesterday and I said, if you guys knew, like, I act as the buffer between that bullshit and getting the books in your hands, and there's sometimes where I'm not able to do it in a timely fashion, or dealing with nonsense such as distributors or comic book companies themselves. Like, why do I really need to write an essay to a comic book company telling them that there's a reason that I can't get your stuff? It's because of whatever stupid, foolish deal you did with one of the distributors. Like, why do I need to explain that to you in essay form? You know? And if it wasn't for the comic books themselves, if it wasn't for me liking the hobby of collecting comic books, or some of the art, or some of the stories even, like, I would have been done with this a long time ago, because it's been 15 years now and it's not getting better, it's just getting worse. It's I can't explain it to you, and I don't want to talk about any of this stuff. I'd like to just talk about how this book here, Green Lantern, is well written by Jeremy Adams, and the art, when it's Hermonical, how his art is incredible, or their art is incredible. I don't even know if it's a female or a male, but it doesn't matter because the art is incredible and the story's good. But see, there's all of these other things, and they're distracting me with this shit, and it's really frustrating. It's really frustrating. And sometimes I take that out on Fortnite. That's what the Fortnite streams are for, because I need to decompress, because I do not do heavy drugs or drink or anything like that. The only thing I do that might be considered is this Amazon energy drink by Sambazon. Okay, and I actually spent $3 for this one little can, which is a can of 12 fluid ounces. That's it. That's the one thing that I do, okay, to deal with this stuff. Otherwise, I get lost in the art. And the fact that there are sometimes individuals that walk through my door that have never seen a comic book store. It's like those are my two vices right there. But if it wasn't for those two things, I would lock the door and just burn it down to the ground, okay? Because I'm getting tired of having to deal with all of this stuff. I'm actually losing my mind right now in real time. So let's move on, shall we? We'll move on with Immortal Legend Batman. This is issue number... where'd it go? I lost this window again. Damn it. Oh, there we go. It's issue number 4. And this one here is by Kyle Higgins and Matt Groom. Matt with 1 T, not 2. And after I am big in this, I'll be able to tell you that Dan Mora did this cover. I should have guessed, because Dan Mora does almost every cover. And I'm not saying that as a criticism at all. I happen to like Dan Mora, so that's a good thing. But yeah, he did that cover right there. Whoops, how did I go back there? Why did it go? I guess because. Okay, never mind. Whatever. I'm losing it. Justice League Unlimited is next, issue number 13. This is also by Dan Mora. And Mark Waid did the writing, something Dan Mora didn't do. Give him time. I'm sure Dan is going to catch up to that too. But this is also a DCKO tie-in, as you can see on the banner right there. This is also part 2 of the Terrific 10. Justice League versus Godzilla vs. Kong 2, part 5. Number 5 is right here. Even though I know it's not. It would not surprise me if this was a Dan Mora cover. But no, this is a Christian Deuce cover. Deuce, I don't know how you say his last name. Sorry, Christian, if you're listening. Here we have a variant cover. This one is by... I'm about to find out shortly. Lucas Mayer. Meyer. And this one here is by Alan Qua. I do know that. Even though I'm going to check, but I do know it. Alan Qua, like I said. I like his art. Mainly he does covers, though. And this one is by Kevin McGuire. And, oh, this is the penultimate issue of this book. So I guess there'll be 6 issues. And I believe this is the last... Oh, wait, nope. I was going to say this is the last book, but it isn't. This is Superman issue number 32. 32. That's weird. Why is this doing this? Okay, there we go. 32. DCKO. What's up, Agalax? Happy New Comic Book Day Eve. Same to you, my friend. And also, here in the U.S., in 2 days will be Thanksgiving. So, to those of you that celebrate it. I mean, I know they get political about it, and rightfully so. I mean, the Pilgrims came here to appropriate land and all that other stuff, but you don't have to deal with all that stuff. Just look at it as a day to get together with your family, friends, whatever, and eat. You know, take that power away from that, the way, you know, people used to celebrate, the reasons they used to celebrate it, you know. Just a day off, legal day off, get together with friends and family and eat food. This one is by, surprise, Dan Mora. Dan has become the Scotty Young / Peach Momoko of DC. And you know what? I don't say that as a detriment. Thankfully. I mean, if it was Rob Liefeld, then that would be an issue. But Dan Mora, absolutely not. Love him. David Aja did this cover right here. And I've said this before. I wish Dave would do a book. Like, they need to give him a book. I don't know if it's because he doesn't want to do a book or they don't want him to do a book. But whatever the case is, Marvel, DC, get this man a book. Please. Somebody, give this man a book. This one, still Superman, still issue number 32. This one is, maybe I shouldn't do that, by Seba Fuimara. Seba Fuimara. There you go. And actually, I do like this one too. It reminds me of Superman 78 when Superman flew into the San Andreas Fault and started lifting up and, you know, trying to save people. Because that's what Superman does. He doesn't murder people. He saves them. Regardless of this narrative that's out there. Which should really stop. And this one here is by Nubovich. That's their name. Actually, upon, like, getting close up to this, because I had to embiggen it so I can actually see the text that was in the UPC, which is where they put the artist name for the variant covers. I really like the way he drew Lois here. Oh, and this one here, this is by my favorite DC cover artist. Kayuyong Iom is hopefully how you say his name. But I do like his art. And he did do this. Trinity, daughter of Wonder Woman, is up next. This is the penultimate issue of this 6-issue miniseries. What's up, WZ? How's it going? This is by... Who is this by? Oh, Belen Ortega. Let me tell you, her art in here is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Yes, this is a book clearly geared towards children and girls, but the art in here, next level. I promise you. Promise you. In fact, I was even going to, hopefully she posted some of her art. It is really good. Each issue, just, she kept getting better and better. Not that she was bad to begin with, but yes. This here, I want to say, yeah, it's got to be Jay Lee. It's got to be Jay Lee. Let me see. Let me check. Let me get the confirmation here. It is Jay Lee and Jun Chung. Sorry, Jun Chung. And of course, this is an homage to the death of the family. Death in the family, rather. Not death of the family. Death in the family. One of the greatest storylines ever, where they got rid of one of the worst characters ever in the history of comic books. Not that one, because that one's in the Marvel Universe. That's the worst. But he would be the Gambit of the DC Universe. I'm speaking, of course, about Jason Todd. This is the series, the 4-issue miniseries where Joker, thankfully, does what they should do to Gambit. Unfortunately, they brought him back, and I'll never forgive him for it. I won't even utter his name. But this one here is by John Boy Mayers, right? Meyers. Yes, Mayers. And I do like this. His stuff is kind of like Simone DeMeo's stuff. It's very action-y, very dynamic. Here we go with Titans, issue number 28. This is a second printing. Why is this a second printing? Well, because I didn't get the first printing. Because they didn't send it to me. Yeah. So here's the second printing. Issue number 28. Same story. Same cover even. Wonder Woman. I don't know why this is here, but this is also a second printing for issue number 25. And, yeah, this is the last cover for DC. I'm sure. It's not even a, I don't even need this anymore. Although I don't know why. I don't know why my internet, my file explorer, oh, there we go. Now it's showing covers. Thank you. Okay. Let me just check, just to make sure. I'm almost positive. Oh, that's right. Sorry. This is the final. Anybody that comes into the store tomorrow and buys any DC, whether it's new or old, will get one of these. This will show you what's coming up. As you can see, Vertigo is relaunching. So, hopefully they'll stick around this time with some good stuff. That would be good. I would appreciate that. Over. Why is this not going? That's weird. Okay. Hello. Okay, we'll try this. No, not that. Oops, sorry. There we go. Okay. Let's try it again. My transitions weren't working. I don't know. Anybody watching the stream would think automatically that I was on drugs or something. I promise you. I promise you. I've thought about doing them because maybe that would make things better. And I just can't. One, they cost too much. Two, I really don't feel like doing that. I like to be in control of my faculties, and that would result in me not being in control. And I don't think that would be a good thing for anybody. So. No, WZ. I promise you. I promise you. It's just, I guess you weren't here for my mini breakdown. Yes, that's exact. Comic book ink, cardboard, and plastic. Yes, all of those things combined. Yeah. But no. enough about that. You're not here to hear about me. You're here to hear about comic book. See, look at this. Well, it doesn't matter. Nobody can see on TikTok, so okay. I'm not even gonna mess with this. I have all these settings, and you think you lock things in, and they'll stay that way, and they're just not. They're just not for reasons, whatever reasons. I don't know why. So, moving on. Battle World issue number 3. It's right here. And I want to say this is Lionel Francis Yu, or sorry, Lionel Yu. He doesn't use Francis anymore. Lighten up, Francis. Let me see. Where is this? Okay, that's Lunar. Oh, here we go. Okay. We're going to go to the Marvel section of Lunar. Embiggen this. Oh, wait, it's not going to show me. But you know what? I'll be able to see his signature. Yes, it is Lionel Yu. Okay. This is Lionel Yu. There you go. Lionel Yu. Confirmed. Moving on. Black Cat, issue number 4. This one, I'm almost positive, is Adam Hughes. I don't see his signature there, to be honest with you, so I can't. Yeah, so even me embiggening it. But looking at his face, look at his face. Looking at Felicia's face, looking at her face, that's got to be Adam Hughes. And this is the A cover right here. This is a variant cover by Derek Chu. And then we have this one. This is the Streetverse variant. There will be a couple more of these by In Hyuk Lee. Cloak or Dagger. Not and, or. Is up next, issue number 2. And this is part of the Age of Revelation ongoing story. I don't see a signature there, so I can't tell you who it is. I'm sorry. But I can tell you this is the A cover. Then there is this David Baldeon variant, as well as a Pere Perez. I took this one. I did like this one too. It was definitely better than this one. I'm not a fan of this one, whoever that is, even though Fenris is on the cover there. But I took Perez. Daredevil and Punisher number 1. Actually, sorry. Daredevil and Punisher, The Devil's Trigger number 1 is up next. And damn it, I had to search for this cover with a Virgin, like with no logo there, otherwise known as a Virgin variant. So I do know the artist. I did look the artist up, but I forgot what their name was. So I can't tell you who the artist is. I apologize. But I thought it was good enough to use as the thumbnail, so that tells you what I think of this cover, even though I might not remember the artist's name. It is a new person, I can tell you that. And there is a signature right next to Frank's ribcage on the left side there. See it? Right next to that pouch. But I don't recognize the signature. Sorry. There are 3 names, though. He has like a first and last name, and then there's like a kind of like Art Germ, Stanley Art Germ Lau. It's kind of like that, but it's not him. But I did like this cover, and as I said, enough to use it as thumbnail. That's high praise when I use it as the thumbnail, because it's representing the stream that I'm doing. So for me to use it, that means I like it. I was gonna do this one too. Dan Panosian, right here, did this one. But I wanted something more, a little action, you know, a little action oriented. Not that, I don't know if that's going to get any clicks or anything like that, but it doesn't matter, because I put there the covers that appeal to me, you know. I'm going to sit there trying to guess or fall in line, or have somebody or have me screaming like with a stupid face on there, like. It's stupid. It's stupid, these thumbnails that some of these people do. Joshua Cassara did this right here. This was another one too. But again, it wasn't as action-oriented as that one that I used. Although I do like Josh's stuff. He did some of the Deadpool Wolverine book. And I did like his stuff there. That's where I first saw him. And then he also did some like older issues of X-Force. I think it was X-Force or X-Factor. One of the two. But, yeah. And then we have this one here, Luciano Vecchio from the Chaos. A costume variant? I don't know if it's like, see, it says here, from the chaos, a costume variant. I don't know if all that goes together or if it's like from the chaos, a. Actually, you know what? Let me see what it says. That text on the bottom, I guarantee you. Okay, wait. On the bottom, it does say Daredevil Punisher, The Devil's Trigger, #1, variant cover by Luciano Vecchio. It doesn't say A. Whatever. I don't care. I like this cover. And then we have a Streetverse variant right here featuring Elektra. Elektra, not Daredevil. Put her back in her costume. Please. Who's writing this book now? Oh, Stephanie Williams, I think, is going to be writing this. Please, make Elektra Elektra again. Please. Matt's been out of prison for God knows how long, okay? Expatriate X-Men, issue #2. And I'm not even going to attempt to look for a signature here. Well, you know what? I was saying that as I was clicking on the file. No, I don't see a signature here. Sorry. But there is this cover. And this one I can tell you is Ario Anindito. Anindito. Yeah, Anindito. I think this is the one I went with. No, actually it was this one. This next one. This is Betsy Cola. It was close though. It was between these two. I chose that one instead. Here we have the Infernal Hulk, #1. I don't know if I've ever seen Hulk do something that he does in this issue. I think that's the first time I've ever seen him do a thing he does in this issue. And I'm trying to, as I'm stalling right now, I'm trying to mentally go back and scroll through all the issues of the Hulk that I've seen. I don't recall ever seeing something like that. Yeah, that's how crazy this issue is. And the art, Nick Line. Dan Panosian did this. This is a foil variant, and they did one of my things that I appreciate about foil when they utilize foil as part of the art, and they do that here. And then we have a Streetverse variant. Okay. Here we go. This is OBS. This is what's infuriating. Do you see how it's not in the frame? I shrunk this file down to fit in the frame, and it did. And I don't know why OBS is doing this, but this is infuriating to me. This is the second printing of Marvel Knights Punisher #1. Dan Panosian did this cover too. So in case you missed the first printing, I will have the second printing. And you know what? Congrats to Marvel for actually getting it right. Good job, guys. #2 is coming out. I will get to it in a... Actually, oh, you know what? Well, when we get to there, I'll explain it. But #2 comes out this week. Comes out tomorrow. So when people come in for issue #2, they're going to say, hey, Mike, do you have #1 of this issue? And I'll be like, why, yes, I do. Here it is. Isn't it amazing what someone, when they're on top of their game, can actually accomplish? So they said, hey, you know what? It would make more business sense to have the second printing of an issue come out when #2 of said issue or said series comes out. Right? Or is it just me? I mean, sometimes when you're in the thing, you can't necessarily get that, you can't separate yourself from there. So you have to take a step back and ask somebody else, hey, is it just me? Or does that make sense? So tell me, put a 1 in the chat if it makes sense that you have the second printing, which is issue number 1, when issue number 2 drops. Does that make sense? Is that good business sense? Or would you rather wait to have issue number 2 come out and then the following week have issue number 1? Tell me what makes sense, please. In the comments, please, in the chat. Anybody. You don't have to chat right now, but just let me know. But see, here's issue number 2. Look at this cover. Like, Dan Panosian is killing it in this book. And his covers are awesome. So yes, this is issue number 2. First printing will be out tomorrow. And as well as issue number 1, second printing. Because number 1 sold out with a quickness. So yes, 2 Punisher books thus far. This one here, I was too busy trying to find the Virgin variant of the Daredevil Punisher book to find the final art, but I can tell you that it looks like this, only better. Okay, it's done, it's finished. There's colors. Yes, this is a cool art, and this cool cover, and this is by Francesco Mobili, Mobili. But yes, it looks like that. Here we have Marvel Zombies. This is issue number 3. And this is bagged. And this is a Greg Land variant. Now, y'all know what I think about Greg Land's covers, art, whatever. But I'll say this one wasn't bad, I guess. I do like how each of the Infinity Stones has a character in there. Iron Man. I don't know who that is. Is that... No. I mean, that could be Sue. That could be Medusa. I don't know. But I do know that's Jean right there. And that's Cap. Is that Doc Ock? And then we got a couple Spider-Men there. I don't know why there's a couple, but okay. But I can tell you, this is issue number 3. These are bagged, so that means that anybody can't just walk in and thumb through it. But I did have access to issue number 1, because they don't give us stuff like this. Like, unlike DC, who I will credit for this. I mean, it's weird. It's like, as far as a retailer is concerned, you see these things. Marvel as a company probably does the most. But the things they have shortcomings on, DC does. It's like they're yin and yang. Like Marvel, they do at least a minimum of 5 posters each month that they release. And they also give us promos that we can put in the windows. DC doesn't do posters. However, DC gives retailers views. They'll let us look at books. Like I saw DC KO number 1 like about a month and a half, maybe 2 months before it came out. That's not a flex, because it actually helps me order the books. Now, I know some retailers feel the need to spoil shit, and that's really stupid. That's not me. I'm a spoiler-free store, always. And that's really unfortunate, because that prevents us, the companies, from feeling comfortable enough to let us know what's going to happen. And that's not good business sense, because if something significant happens in an issue and we don't know, then we're not able to adjust our orders accordingly. And that's not good. But that's where we are as a society. So, Marvel doesn't give us previews. I don't mean Marvel previews. I mean previews like for retailers. So like they want to say, hey, we know this issue is bagged, and customers are going to come to the store knowing this issue is bagged. But if you open it, because you have to read it, well, you don't have to, but you want to read it so you are informed and you can tell. Like if a customer says, hey, is this a good story? Say, well, yeah, the story wasn't that great, but the art was incredible. Or vice versa, you know, the art wasn't, but the story was awesome. I couldn't do this, because when I opened it, that meant essentially that I bought it. Well, I mean, I bought all of it already, but that meant that I owned it. Well, I mean, you know what I mean. I mean, I wouldn't be able to sell it because it's not bagged anymore. But I found a way to read issue number 1. And let me tell you, had I read that sooner, I would have ordered more because this story was really good. I still think that DC's Deceased worked a little better just by virtue of the fact that the reason the virus happened was because of Darkseid's anti-life equation. And that to me just like it was like perfect. It's right there in the name, anti-life. That's what zombies are. So utilizing Darkseid and Apocalypse and all that stuff, that just made complete and total sense. The way the Marvel zombies were introduced back in the day was through the Ultimate Universe and Reed Richards and blah 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 and whatever else, whatever Kirkman did, whatever, you know. But this was good. This was really good. I liked it. The art was good. Like, it's a shame I didn't know because I would have reordered more to have issue number 1. Because when a store, when a retailer, when a store owner, whether a store, well, an employee that actually can factor into the day-to-day minutia of business and all that stuff with the store, can actually read something and enjoy it, that enthusiasm is something that's not just because I don't, and I really should, but I don't recommend something that I'm not willing to stand behind or that I didn't like. Like, you will never, ever, ever hear me recommend a book drawn by Rob Liefeld, especially just on his art alone. Ever. And if you do, I have been replaced by a pod person. Okay? Invasion of the Body Snatchers has happened. You will never hear me do that. Ever. Or a book starring Gambit. Ever. Those two things will never happen in my lifetime. Now I have. There was a run Peter David, the late great Peter David, wrote for X Factor. Gambit happened to be a member of that team, but he wasn't the star. And I did like that run. But it had more to do, I'm sure, with Peter David than it did with that trash character. So, as a store owner, when you read something and something is really good, like for instance Aliens vs. Avengers by Hickman, like, you can pass that enthusiasm. You'd rather have that than somebody like, yeah, it wasn't really that good. Like 90% of the people that I see on YouTube that have comic book channels or whatever, they're all bitching and moaning about something, about how DC's killing Marvel and all other stuff, and it's like, stop. Like, you're trying to get clicks, you're trying to avoid getting a real job. Why don't you just report on things that you actually do like? You get yourself believing these things, and just, I'm going off topic here. This was a good book. This was a good book. This issue, I can't tell you because they're still bagged, and Marvel still doesn't send us copies that we can review or see or whatever, you know? I mean, why would retailers have access to anything like that? That doesn't make any sense, does it? I mean, why would you want somebody that's selling your stuff to know how good or bad your stuff was? Maybe that's why. I mean, but they had nothing to fear with this because the art and the story were both really good in this book. But what do I know? I only sell this shit, right? Here we have Roger Antonio variant. I almost went with this one because I wasn't going to choose this, even though it's the A, and I know people like the A covers for some reason, whatever. But this one I was going to go with. But then I saw this Scott Koblish Retro Zombie variant. And, yeah, this was it. Scott Koblish, this is issue number 3. And he's done variant covers for the first 2 issues. And they've been exemplary. Like, just awesome. Awesome. You know? I would like to see him do interiors. That would be good. It's a shame I don't make these decisions, because I would. Like Marvel. No, never mind. I don't even get started. But yeah. How many issues is this? I can't tell you. I can't. I'd like to, but I can't. Not that I don't want to. I just don't know. Here we have Star Wars Boba Fett, black, white, and red. This is cover A, and you know what? As I am I'm trying to multitask here. I'm trying to see if I can see who did this cover. Oh, E.M. Gist. G-I-S-T. Gist? Gist? I don't know how to say that name. This is the A cover right here. And then I also have this B cover. This one I can tell you is by Paulo Siqueira. Let's see. I was looking up. See, I was also stalling because I wanted to look up to see. Not Marvel Zombies. Jeez, there's so many. Oh, Red Band, that's why. Okay. Well, it looks like, let's see, Fade to Black, Final Fate. Oh, it all ends here. There we go. So Marvel Zombies is going to be a 5-issue miniseries. And yes, looks like Scott is doing another cover. That is good. That is good. You know what? While I'm here, let me see what issue number 4 looks like. Sorry. I have to do this one. Oh, nice. Number 4 is an homage to Civil War. Awesome. Okay. Sorry. So yes, it'll be 5 issues. This one here, I think, ends with 4. And there are 2 covers for this. Here we have the Undead Iron Fist. Yes, Danny is back and undead. It's right in the name. Undead. And then we have this one here. This is a Kevin Eastman variant. This one, I want to say, is Whilce Portacio, maybe? Yes, it is. There's his name right there. Okay. His signature I did recognize. That is Whilce. So, Mortal Thor. The Mortal Thor is up next. I haven't read 3 and 2. But I do know that he uses his hammer like a lot. He's like murking people with it. But this issue, I don't know how this fits into it narratively. And while this looks like Alex Ross, I believe this is by, let me see if they have it. Damn it, why do I do this? I think this might be by that Ben Harvey. I think that was his name. Remember last week, those of you that watched last week, somebody said it was Alex Ross-ish. Oh, but this one, nope, this one is Alex Ross. But it was like Ben Harvey or something, I think was his name. But this is by Alex. This one here is by Pasquale Ferry, who's also the interior artist. Right? Oh no, looks like Juan Cabral. Oh, I guess Pasquale took the... It looked like his art, though, when I thumbed through it. But here we have the great Walt Simonson. Walt Simonson was responsible for the resurgence of Thor back in the 80s. And this is like classic right here. And then we have the Streetverse variant right there. Here, unfortunately, we have a facsimile of Ultimate Spider-Man #1. The reason I say unfortunately is not because I don't like Mark Bagley, because I do. It's that this is like the Silver Surfer of comic books for this week, because this is going to herald the return of Brian Michael Bendis into the Marvel Universe. And it's not a good thing at all. But this is issue #1. There's also a foil variant for this. Right here. As I said, like, see? Notice there's a slight change there. This is the A, the regular. And then this is the foil. Oh, look, it doesn't have... It moved the Marvel over from the center to the left. And it got rid of the 25 years. See it? Oh, so slight. Uncle Scrooge, Earth's Mightiest Duck. I think Howard would have something to say about that. Is up next. This is cover A. Then we have this Russell Dowderman variant. And then this next one I'm going to show you is probably the best of the 3. Stephanie Hans right here. Look at that. I like that a lot. And I think this could be the final issue. Do I know that for sure? No. And unfortunately, Legal Comic Geeks, they don't have Uncle Scrooge. They don't have, isn't it say? Yeah, it says Earths. I guess, oh, EA, there's an R in Earth. There we go. Yeah, this is the final issue. So it's a 4-issue miniseries. There you go. Undead Pool, issue number 2, is right here. As you can see, somebody's showing up that you might recognize. His name is Cable. Sorry. Nathaniel. Christopher Summers. I didn't like the art in this issue as much as I did the first issue. But it's still good. And then here's the B cover. This one is by Mitsuhiro Arita. And then we have Venom, Black, White, and Blood, number 4. This is the A cover, and I'm trying to see if I can see a signature, because I don't see... No. Can't tell you who did this, I'm sorry. But I can tell you, this B cover is by Juan Ferreira. And the art on all, I think there's 2 or 3 stories in here, is really, really good. Really good. Like this is really good. And if Juan did any of the art inside, I don't know who did the art, and I don't have any of the issues near me, unfortunately. But yeah, I really dig this cover. And then there's this one here. This is by Gerardo Sandoval. And actually, I think I took both of these, because this is the one I was going to go with before, but then I saw Juan's art, and yeah, I went with that one instead. And then last but not least, oh, and you know what? Hold on. Let me just, because now it's really, it really annoys me. It really annoys me that they don't tell us if books are the final issues of these books. Okay, they already have a trade announced, so we'll see. 1 to 4. Yep. So this is the final issue. Whoops. This is the final issue of Venom. Sorry, I went back. And Al Ewing, Kei Zama. Oh, so it's just. It looks like it's just one. No. Why don't they have it listed? Yeah. So Al Ewing and Kei Zama take us on a suspenseful thrill ride as someone tries to murder Lee Price. Can the Venom symbiote stop the assassination, or is he a dead man walking? Sorry. Rich Dowick and Robert Gill detail Mac Gargan's attempt to steal the symbiote back from Eddie Brock with dire results. And Chris Bachalo, I don't know which. It's one of those. Rings in the holiday season with Christmas in New York as only Venom could experience. So there's 3 stories in there, and the art in all 3 is good. It's good. X-Vengers is up next. Here is, oh, this is the final issue. The final book. This is the A cover right there, Danny Moonstar. And then we have this B cover by Joshua Cassara. And that is it for Marvel, my friends. Over in the indies, we got a couple. Right there. Berserker, Keanu Reeves, Marjorie Liu. Gary Brown is doing the art. And it was okay. By the story, not the writing. I didn't read the writing. And then we have this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder, issue number 3. Dan Waters, Michelle Bandini, and that's cover A. Believe it or not, that's Shredder right there. And then we have this cover B. I like this one better. More traditional. And that, my friends, brings us to the end mercifully, the end. Thank you for watching. If you are local and you've been watching and you saw something and you want to say something, this is the way to do it. This is the way to do it. Direct.me/Rogue Comics is the easiest. That's why I put it there. Because I know the least amount of work possible that could be done is something that I would appreciate somebody doing for me. So that is why I did that for you. You go to that link there, and there's buttons. You hit the button, and it'll bring you directly to whichever social media you're on. And, yeah. Or the top button, you can actually even call the store, and we can have a conversation. It's possible in this day and age, even though there are distributors out there that don't want to talk to people. I will talk to people. I think that's the easiest, the quickest, rather than communicating through emails or text messages, both of which suck. But yeah. Or if you want to do it the old-fashioned way and do a little extra work, you can go to Facebook and look up Rogue Comics CT, and that's me. I'm there. Couldn't get Rogue Comics back. I don't even want to talk about it. PTSD. And then if you're on TikTok or Twitter or Instagram, it's Rogue Comics at all of those. And actually, the Direct.me has a couple other, I think, like Pinterest, and there's Tumblr on there, even though I haven't used those in a while. But, yeah. That is it. WZ said, we need those mic reviews of at least your most recent favorite comic, so it would be only the positive stuff. But see, that's the thing, though, WZ. I don't want people to think, I mean, there is... See, I feel there's a difference between me and the grifters on here. The grifters on here will hate, and sometimes you wonder, do they not like it because they genuinely don't like it? Or do they not like it just because it gets more clicks? Because it seems like on all these social media platforms, the thing that has the most hate gets the most clicks. Like, if you try saying something positive, then you're a shill. Or you're saying... I mean, and that happens too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not that foolish to think that, you know, people aren't just liking things because they don't want to lose access. And, you know, they don't want to make money from the corporations. But there has to be a middle ground. And, I mean, I don't know. When I say things because as it relates to me. Like, I can tell you, I would not be able to give you, what is it, objective, subjective, objective, whatever it is, regarding Gambit. Because my dislike for that character, like, you would have to be somebody of a Chris Claremont. You would have to, not even, no, actually, no, I have to take that back. Because Chris Claremont is a co-creator of that trash character. So you'd have to be a very strong writer to get me to like that character. But I'm going to hate just his appearance, you know. But I can let you know about that bias. I'm not going to act like, oh yeah, I'm a fan of Gambit, like, you know, and then say great things about him or just trash him. Like, you know what? I'm just rambling. It's because I haven't eaten all day, and now I have this, although this does say it's an organic energy drink, but I'm going to go get something to eat. There's tacos waiting for me, so, yeah, and, yeah, no Gambit at all. But anyways, thank you for tuning in live, WZ. I think you were the only one, maybe? Yes. And Aglax. And anybody's watching it on replay, as I always say, if you want to, in the comments, let me know what you got. That'd be cool. I do like other people's opinions, as long as they're genuine. Because, yeah. You too, WZ. And everybody else out there, thanks for watching. There might be some Fortnite tonight. I don't know. I still have like 3 episodes of Stranger Things to watch from season 4. I forgot what number I'm on. but the last 2 or 3 are like an hour and a half or whatever. So who knows? And I still got to put the books out. I got to eat, stuff like that. We'll see what happens. But that's it. That's all I got. Wow, 4 likes. Okay, thanks for those. Appreciate it. I hope that's after, you know, my mini breakdown and my mini rant and all that other stuff, because I do want it to be earned, not just something. We're becoming like lemmings, like we're just conditioned to do things, and I don't want it to be that way. Like, we need to have independent thought and don't just like things just because other people like them, or that's what is allegedly expected of us. You know what I mean? Like, I only want those 4 likes that I have if I've actually done something that you like. I do appreciate the support. If you want to support me, that's fine too. But don't just do it because, you know, it's the thing to do. Like, I don't, like, even see that, well, actually, I'm looking at the TikTok screen, but see, like, that has that little punch, the fist punching on there. Even that was, like, cringe to me. Because if there's something that you're watching and you like it, why wouldn't you like it, you know? And if you haven't liked any, or say you're a Gambit fan and you don't like my continual trashing of your favorite character, then by all means, give me a dislike. That's fine, because, you know, we disagree. But it's okay. It's okay. There's an algorithm that keeps track of all this shit, and I'm never going to bow before it. And that's okay. Because I don't know how many views, because YouTube will tally that up later on. But those views that I got, those are people that come in here because they want to hear what I have to say, or they want to see the books, what books are coming out. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate each and every one of those people that come in and spend time, however many minutes you spend in here. Because time is the one thing we will never get again. Okay? You give somebody money, you can replenish that money by working a job, whatever, robbing a bank, whatever it is you choose to do. You can replenish the money. But if you give somebody your time, then that's worth more than money. Because that's something that person who's giving it to you will never get back. So the fact that they actually chose to spend that amount of time with you means more than anything. So, to those 4 people, thank you very much. WZ, if you were one of them, I appreciate you. Aglax, if you were one. If not, that's cool too. You hung out. You contributed in the chat, talking. So I didn't necessarily continue going down that downward spiral that I was in the middle of the stream. But, yeah. Enough rambling. See, I really need to go get something to eat. So, thank you very much. Have a great night. And tomorrow, Stranger Things, Season 5, final season. And it's also the purpose of the stream, New Comic Book Day. So I want everybody out there to have a great New Comic Book Day. You saw there's some great stuff coming out. The Punisher thing, I can tell you. Both issues of the Punisher, well drawn. And Jimmy Palmiotti does the writing on both of those. Now, there was something at the end of Punisher Daredevil that I'm confused about. It's the very last page, the very last panel. For those of you that go out and buy that Daredevil Punisher #1, please do me a favor. In the comments, tell me if I saw what I thought I saw. Because I thought I saw it, but I just want to make sure, because sometimes art is, again, what is it, objective, subjective? I always get those two confused. But I think I saw something. Tell me, okay? If it was just me, because yeah, but it was good. It was good, and I'm glad to see Frank back. I'm glad to see him back the way he was. You gotta take that symbol back from all those neo-Nazis and the white nationalists and all that stuff. Take it back. It's Frank's, and Jimmy is the guy that should be writing them, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. So, thank you. Have a great day. Have a great holiday. You might see me on tonight. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. If I keep rambling like this, it's now 8:48 my time here. Then it's not going to happen. So I still have to put the books out, make my tacos, etc., etc. But that's it. I'm done. Thank you. Have a great night. Have a great holiday. And take care.